Hello, everybody. Good morning. My name is George. I'm the CEO of KG. We develop the next generation of automotive training. Now, before I talk more about our company, let me tell you a bit about my parents' car, because it actually broke down over Easter. And since then, it's been back and forth with the mechanics. They have changed parts, been fiddling with it for weeks now, but the car is still not fixed. So at first, I thought it's just my parents who are unlucky. It's just their mechanic who doesn't know how to fix the car. But as it turns out, they are not alone. Actually, 1 in 5 cars doesn't get fixed correctly at the first visit. Mechanics call this a repeat repair, and it costs the industry £2 billion every year in the UK alone. The main reason for this is that the mechanic doesn't actually identify the cause of the problem. In many cases, they just keep changing parts on a trial and error basis. And that's because cars today are tremendously complex. A modern car has more lines of code than Facebook and more microcontrollers than a fighter jet. So clearly, car technology has advanced dramatically in recent years. But automotive training, well, it's still done the same way as decades ago. Today, when a mechanic wants to get trained, he has to go to a training center, and these centers are usually quite far away, and you have to book 3 to 6 months in advance to secure a spot. Now, at the training center, the mechanic works with an instructor on a test vehicle, and the instructor has to prepare this test vehicle for about an hour to train the mechanic on a fairly simple fault. So clearly, these processes are not very efficient and quite inflexible, but they're also quite expensive. It costs about £8,000 to train a mechanic once per year. And as a result of all of this, many mechanics don't get trained as often as they should. Now let me introduce you to what we believe is the next generation of automotive training, the KG Test and Train. It's the first solution that enables on-demand remote automotive training on any car. It makes training available anytime, any place, and at a fraction of the cost. Our unique IoT solution turns any garage into a personal learning center. And all you need is our mobile app and the connected hardware. So in practice, this means that an instructor can deliver training conveniently from his desk at a click of a button, while the technician can stay in his work environment and get trained without losing valuable working hours. Let me show you how it works. So at the start of the training, the technician connects our hardware to a healthy vehicle in his workspace. And once connected, our hardware sets up faults and errors in the car. Now, these fault simulations can be applied to all major systems of the vehicle, like the engine, the transmission, air conditioning, ABS, etc. And because our simulations use the car's own systems, they're incredibly realistic and very close to a real fault. So this gives the technician the opportunity to do a dry run on a problem that he might face in his job. He can learn about the correct diagnostic procedure, the right measurements to take, and the most relevant documentation to consult. The entire experience is controlled remotely by the instructor via our smartphone or tablet app. The instructor is connected with the technician via web conferencing, and he can activate and deactivate faults at a click of a button. Now, instructors can use our technology not only to deliver trainings, but also to do exams and regular knowledge audits. With this solution, we reduce costs by 60%, but we also create a lot of value for all stakeholders in the market. For mechanics, we make training more accessible. For dealers, we increase profitability. For brands, we provide more control over the customer experience. And all of this contributes to better service for us, the end customer. Now, we wouldn't be in this market without the great experience of our team, who can look back on more than 20 years in the automotive industry. Our founders include serial entrepreneurs, former venture capitalists, and experts in automotive electronics. And due to their strong network, we were able to win leading automotive brands as our partners. Our product was developed in cooperation with Renault, and later this year, we'll be launching a pilot with Peugeot and Citroën. So, automotive brands in the passenger car segments are our first target market. But after that, we want to go after heavy and commercial vehicles, where our proposition is equally valid, and the large independent aftermarket. But for us, this is only the start. because with the rise of electric vehicles, the entire industry will require a major skills update. Today, less than 1% of UK mechanics are qualified to work on electric vehicles, and just another 1% is currently in training. Our goal is to change this, and that's why we're raising a seed round for £500,000 later this year. So come join us. We're based in London. We're always looking for partners to test our solution and for investors to help us take automotive training to the next level. Thank you very much.